from Ashraf 3. In Ashraf 3, I saw the impossible. It is a moved woman that is standing in front of you. Emotion in front of this city that was built in less than 2 years. Hotels, houses, hospitals, schools, bakery, in the middle of nowhere, at 14 minutes from Tirana in Albania. It is a city that is now stands on what was a mud field only a few months ago. You have proved through that amazing masterwork that was built in Ashraf that what was built there could be done one day in Iran. It took your suffering and your hope, your talent and your discipline, but also the martyr of thousands of years for Ashraf to exist. Emotion also in front of the overwhelming hospitality of Albania. There, I saw a small country, but whose people has a big heart. Albania is Mother Teresa land. We had forgotten it, a land of hope. Albania is Skanderberg's land. We had ignored it. It is a land of resistance like you. Albania, this bad-known Balkan country, crossed by 1,000 civilizations through an exceptional history that is now crossed by the Persian culture through Ashraf 3. It took a huge hospitality and also the sufferings of oppression Albania itself lived in the past to welcome 3,000 of years wounded by the Iraqi militias on the road of exile. All people need a land. And Skanderberg, the founding father of Albania, ruled the heroic resistance against the Ottoman Empire, said one day to the Albanians, "I didn't bring freedom to you. I found it here among you." Emotion at last because France in the 80s had understood that, and France welcomed the PMOI in a little town called Auvers-sur-Oise, the headquarters of this organization. I come back from Ashraf 3, and there I saw through an amazing exhibit what 40 years of resistance against oppression have done. So many victims. You would circulate in the alleys of the exhibit and see the strong and proud faces of the founding fathers of Iran. Cross Masoud Rajavi's look. Be overwhelmed by the pictures of hundreds of young people, women, men, champions killed by the regime. Be moved by the mass graves. Step back in front of the awful pictures of the massacre of Ashraf in Iraq. People were killed up in the hospitals. Stay speechless in front of hanged bodies of those of 88. Here is Ashraf 3, a place for memory, a land of hope, a living testimony of fear, terror, and faith. Ashraf reminds us Tehran that demonstrated with so many other Iran cities a few months ago to express, and still now, to express its desire for change. If some have doubted, the demonstrations have faithfully recalled what the Iranian people wants: democracy, not dictatorship; freedom, not terror; secularism, not theocracy; equality, not privileges. A great people have woken up. We have to listen to that scream. But the regime's answer was terror and jail. And let's remember how the international community was taken short of the appeals of democracy. It was skeptical of a revolution. It does not understand what was happening in Tehran, as if Democrats don't exist in Iran. These attitudes prove how the international community was blind and deaf. Why? For a nuclear agreement that is now dead and buried. We had warned them yet. This agreement was an illusion. It is impossible to negotiate with the Iranian regime. Today, unfortunately, we are witnessing a new arms race, a threat of nuclear war. But more than that, a deeper crisis about a religious threat from a regime whose vision of Islam is extremist. No one knows if this nuclear agreement should be saved or not. I said it was predictable, impossible to negotiate with one hand in the back. At the moment when everyone tries to find a solution to the crisis with Iran, we have to think to an alternative, a reliable interlocutor, a democratic alternative, an antidote to fundamentalism, and I think it is PMOI. The Iranian resistance has identified the threat since so long. Its members have paid a high price for their commitments. You have proved that Islam is perfectly matches with democratic principles, gender equality, and respect of other religions. We owe all this to its leader, Maryam Rajavi. PMOI knows what women have brought to Iran. Iran would not be a great civilization without women, actors of change, martyrs of the cause. They have occupied the squares of Iranian cities and villages since so many months, so many years, sacrificing their freedom and sometimes their lives. Women, sisters, wives, mothers, they are so brave and too young to go to jail, but they accept their strong hope to be heard. Yes, you have shaken human consciousness, broken silences, ended collective apathy and cowardice, raised this word very high, justice, magnified courage. Your commitment is an extraordinary, a powerful, and daily act of faith and determination. Thanks of you, change is coming. And this incredible change has the strong name, the strong voice, and the beautiful face of a role model, President Mariam Rajavi.